Hello, people of YouTube. Yes, I am still in the exact same position, in the exact same clothes I did for my last video. I figured going for it, why not just do the next one as well. So, hello, my name is Hallie. This is the third video in my ulnar shortening osteotomy, however you want to say it, surgery recovery series. That's a name. I am getting a procedure called ulnar shortening osteotomy done next week, next Friday. And yeah, the series is just telling about my history and how I'm prepping for surgery and why I'm getting surgery, and then following up pre-op and surgery, and then all my post-ops, and so that I can be helpful to hopefully some of you. And if any of you are getting the surgery in the future, you can watch these videos and either feel more confident or more comfortable, or just have more knowledge, or just know that somebody else has been through the exact same thing you're going through. So just a little reminder about why I'm doing this. Yeah. So this video, my third video, I want to talk about my pain, because my pain has changed since my first video. And then I also want to talk about how I'm kind of preparing for surgery and surgery recovery. So with that, I kind of want to preface, I guess. I have had 3 orthopedic surgeries done before, previously. I've had 4 surgeries, but one was a car accident. You don't need to give me that. But I have had 2 surgeries on my ankle. I have had 1 ankle ligament reconstructive surgery after spraining it way too many times. And then a year and a half ago, I think now, I had a second ankle surgery to remove the scar tissue that had built up. And that was causing me a lot of pain, a lot of discomfort, a lot of loss of range of motion. And then, as I still told you in my first video, I have had a previous wrist surgery where they went in and they cut the tendinous sheath that wraps around your wrist in the dequervainous tendinovitis release surgery. So this is my 4th orthopedic surgery, and you'd think it'd be a breeze, no big deal. 4th surgery, whatever. But for me, it's not. For me, this seems like the hardest, most intense surgery I'm going to have. I mean, they're going in and they're cutting my bone and putting metal in my arm. Like, that seems like a lot to me. If it doesn't to you, then that's fine. But it seems like a lot to me. And I'm nervous for it. I wouldn't say I'm scared, because I trust my body, I trust my surgeons. I'm going to have a lot of people here to help me afterwards. So I'm not scared, but I'm nervous. It seems like a lot, and the recovery is a lot. It's 2 weeks in a surgical cast, and then 2 to 4 weeks in a long arm cast, and then 2 to 4 weeks in a short arm cast, and then 2 weeks in a splint. That's 14 weeks total, potentially, 8 to 12 weeks in some sort of cast. And that doesn't even talk about the pain, or the doctor's appointments, or the physical therapy, or getting range of motion back, or any of that. And it also doesn't talk about potentially needing to take the hardware out if that's an issue. So it's a lot to me. And I want to say that because that's why I'm preparing for surgery and preparing for surgery recovery, is because I think it's going to be a lot. Now, if you're watching this video in the future and you're getting this surgery done soon and you don't think it's a lot and you're not nervous about it, that's fine. It's probably a good thing. You don't need to be. Like, it's okay. And if you don't feel like you need to be doing all the things that I'm doing, that's okay. But again, I just want to share where I'm at and what I'm doing. So if you are in the same place as me and you are nervous for it, you have someone else to give you some ideas. So yeah. Yeah. So my pain. So as I explained in my first video, my pain the last 3 to 6 years-ish has been pretty steady. It stays between a 1 to 2 on the pain scale, very low. Annoying in the back of my brain, always kind of hurts no matter what, but doesn't interfere with my life. I can still write, I can still type, I can still eat. Now, I do a lot of these things with my left hand anyways for my first surgery, but I can still do them all. I was playing sports. I was, yes, it hurt, but it wasn't a big deal. And I would have these cycles, right, where it hurt a lot and I'd be in the brace all the time, every day for a week, and then it'd get better and it was fine. But around December 14th, about a month-ish ago, a few weeks ago, that day specifically, I had a lot of pain. I was at like an 8-9 on the pain scale, and it hurt. It hurt a lot, and it was throbbing, and it was awful. I was just sitting on the couch breathing, just it hurt a lot. And since then, I have been doing over-the-counter pain medications, using the brace consistently, and icing every 2 to 4 hours. So with a little tip, if you don't know, for over-the-counters, there are different types of pain medications. There's NSAIDs, there's acetaminophen, there's all these different types, right? My personal favorite is ibuprofen, Advil, the liquid gel, because I think it works fastest. That might just be a hoax, I don't know. But typically you take a dose that tells you on the bottle, and you wait every 6 hours to take it, right? However, ibuprofen and most NSAIDs, and most anti-inflammatories, are metabolized in the stomach, I believe. I think I'm right on that. Whereas acetaminophen is processed, metabolized in the liver. And so while they do the same things, they both relieve pain, they do it a little differently. And so you can overlap them. Now, you don't take them at the same time. You still only take the recommended amount every 6 hours, but because you're alternating the 6 hours. So I've been taking ibuprofen, and 3 hours take acetaminophen, and then 3 hours take ibuprofen, 3 hours take acetaminophen. So there's still 6 hours in between the same type, but it's every 3 hours I'm taking it, which is how I've been managing right now. A little tip, if you didn't know that. If you did, congratulations. Also, if you didn't know that and you've never done it, please consult with your doctor. Don't be taking too much pain meds or anything like that. Please don't take my word for it. But that's typically a well-known safe way to take over-the-counter pain medications. So I've been, I would say heavily, I mean, it's not like hard drugs, but I would say heavily medicated consistently. I've been wearing my brace. I've been icing every 2 to 4 hours. And I still have quite a bit of pain. I'm still at a 5-6 on the pain scale. I still have pain symptoms. What I mean by pain symptoms is it's things that cause pain, or things that pain causes. So it's not just, oh, this hurts. It's the throbbing. It's the heat. It is the swelling, the loss of sensation, tingling, things like that. Things that are associated with pain. I've been having a lot of pain symptoms. And in different places. So my pain is in different places. So some days it'll hurt down the bone, like in here. Some days it feels like it's really tight, like someone is pushing all their weight onto my arm, and it just feels really tight in here. Some days my elbow feels very tight, and I pop it a lot. Some days it is in this kind of joint space, which I know is my TFCC being upset. Some days it hurts right in the middle of my hand, which again I know is that bone cyst probably being smushed. Some days it hurts more on this side in this joint space, and sometimes it hurts right in my anatomical snuff box, like right there. And at different levels. Sometimes it just generally hurts, and then all of a sudden it's like my anatomical snuff box is like, oh gosh, I hurt, right? So it's weird. But so I have pain in all those general places, and then there are some days where I'll have pain and it'll be throbbing, or not even some days, some hours, or I'll have heat, or there's a fancy new thing that's been happening where when I sneeze, I get a tingling sensation that runs all the way down the length of my arm. So that probably isn't good. So just pain has changed. Things have changed. That's my dog. And that's okay, right? I mean, it's not okay or not okay. It just is. And I want to make sure that, again, if your pain has changed, that's okay. It's your body trying to deal with the fact that it's upset and that it hurts. In the last, since December 14th, whatever day, I guess 2 weeks or so, I've had 2 days, one day with low pain and still high pain symptoms, and one day with no pain symptoms, but still like a 5-6 pain. And those were the 2 days that I was able to do the most. I had the least amount of pain. I had the least amount of stuff. I would say 2 days in the last 3 weeks, I've been able to have low pain. Winston, you're in my video. which kind of sucks. I didn't want to be in pain, a lot of pain for the last month before surgery. I didn't want to be a bigger burden on the people around me when I know that I'm going to be needing help after surgery. And I don't want to say burden. They're here because they want to be helpful to me, but it's hard, right? Being in pain is hard, and asking for help when you're in pain can be hard as well. But it has been really good because it's made me be realistic of what I will and won't be able to do after surgery. I mean, you can say all day that, oh, I'll be able to do that with one hand, and I'll be able to do this with one hand while you're using both hands, but then when you only have one hand, it's hard. So it's been good, it's been challenging, it's been frustrating, but so some of the things that I've been doing to prepare for surgery are just because I've been in pain, I haven't been using my right arm for things. Opening jars is hurtful. Opening jars is pretty much impossible. However, right now I've been using my elbow. I have a grippy jar opener, where one side is this really pretty fabric and the second side is a grippy material. I should have grabbed it, sorry. But so I'll put it in my elbow. I'll put the fabric side on my elbow and the grippy side towards me, and I'll put the jar there and I squeeze the jar and then I can twist it open. But after surgery, when I'm in a long arm cast, I won't be able to use my elbow. My elbow will be in a cast. And so things like that, just realizing things. So today I bought a water bottle with it's locked, dang it, with a straw, because I found that I drink water better from a straw, but it won't leak if I'm on the couch and I fall asleep. A little thing, but it's also large, has 40 ounces of water, so I don't have to fill it up very often. So I don't have to unscrew the top very often. I moved my bed so that my right side is against the wall, and I put up pillows against the wall so I can rest my elbow against those pillows. And then I've been using a couch pillow, like so, to rest my arm on. So I put the arm against the wall and then put my hand on the pillow, like so. And it's comfortable, it's happy. And yeah, because I found that if I prop my arm up too high, it throbs. But if it's right at heart level, it feels comfortable. It still kind of throbs depending on the time, but it isn't as bad. And that's where it just is the most comfortable. But I've also been being very careful to prop up my elbow as well, because that's connected to the things that are hurt. And it just makes it feel better. So a pillow under the elbow and a pillow on the arm. And so today I created my own makeshift arm pillow. I was looking for a maternity pillow or a nursing pillow or a baby pillow, something that's circular, that'll fit around my arm, still be comfortable to rest it on, and I couldn't. So I made one. I bought a baby pillow from a secondhand store that is a circle. Like, you can kind of see it here, the shape of it. It's a circle. And then I got a baby blanket that's really soft, really cozy, and put it underneath. And then put that in a pillow protector. It's not a pillowcase because it zips, so this stuff doesn't fall out. But I can either put my arm down at the bottom and my elbow up on the pillow, or the other way, which the other way has been more comfortable for me. And then I can rest it against my body like this, and it's really comfortable. And then I think when I have my sling, I'll be able to kind of, it will, like kind of hold up both sides. So it's like a little cozy home. I don't know. But I made that because that's what I thought would be best for me. I also purchased this at another secondhand store, which is like a shower cover, so you don't have to use plastic bags. But you just shove your arm in it, and it's got the suction at the top, so it stays up and doesn't let water in, and then you can shower a lot easier than with a bag and duct tape and stuff. This one I found for $2 at a secondhand store, and it is a lower leg one, but obviously it's long enough. They do make arm ones, though, if that's something you're interested in. But just thinking about things that will make post-surgery easier and more functional and better. Little things, putting on pants with one hand, doing my hair. I found a YouTube video that showed you how to do your hair with one hand. I could put it up in a bun. Simple things that really are challenging. I've made a list of like my vitamins and medications that I take and when I need to take them. I've made a list of important, like my computer password and who to email at my work, at school, if something happens, so people know, just in case. So other people can be prepared around me. Just doing little things that make me feel more comfortable. Hopefully these tips were helpful for you, or potentially helpful for you in the future. If not, sorry. I'll keep updating if I think of anything else. I'll let you know at my pre-op if my doctor tells me anything that might be helpful or that I should be doing to prepare for surgery or recovery. I'll let you know in my pre-op video, which will be the next one I post, and that'll probably be Monday or Tuesday of next week, and then surgery is Friday. So I'll keep you guys updated. Let me know if you have any questions, anything you want me to cover, anything you want me to talk about. But have a great day. See you in my 4th video.